I'm Jaime Burns, welcome to the Diving Diaries. Last night I flew into Marsa Alam, Egypt's most southerly airport. From there, 200 more kilometres south by road. Welcome to Wadi Lahami. I'm here to dive the deep south. We're diving by shore, we're diving via ribs, and behind me, only 6 miles out, is the famous Fury Shoals. Wadi Lahami is located 200 kilometres south of Marsa Alam and about 100 kilometres from the Sudanese border. This is as far south as is possible to dive from a land base in southern Egypt. The recent opening of the new airport at Marsa Alam has made the transfers much shorter, now being only a 3-hour road trip. Abu Gawala Kabir is where the tugboat that sank in 1945 lies. The bow is just under the surface and the stern is at 17 metres. It is wonderful to see beautiful hard and soft pristine corals covering the tugboat after 60 years of growth. Back at base, divers wash their kit in the showers that are located on the beach and were asked not to place them in the cleaning tanks, as several wild camels, including a baby wild camel, come to Wadi Lahami to drink from them, and if the water is too salty it makes them ill. All the divers were happy to do this, and we were treated on more than one occasion to the whole family, coming in a couple of times during the day and a couple of times in the evening and a couple of times after dark to feed from the fresh water. Well, I always said I would live on a tent on the beach if that's what it took to get some good diving. I think I said it to too many people, and as you can see behind me, well, there's the tent. We're in the deep south. We're at Wadi Lahami. This is about as wilderness diving as you can get. I will admit that there are some cottages here as well, and I think in a day or two I will be sneaking into one of the cottages and spend the rest of the week there. But well, I said I'd live on a tent. I've got to do what I said, I suppose. Time to eat my words. Fury Shoals have some of the largest hard corals I have ever seen, all in pristine condition. Mostly mushroom and staghorn corals, all in varying shades of yellow, brown, pink, blue and white. Abu Galawa Small is where the wreck of an American 16-metre aluminium yacht that sank 15 years ago rests upright in 18 metres of water. Her metal hull and coach roof are still intact, and she is now home to a variety of sweeper fish, but her decking and her mast have all but vanished. The toilet remains intact but has become detached from the wreck and sits on the seabed some 4 metres away. The bottom is sandy and all around is a wonderful arrangement of pristine, hard coral pinnacles. Sea is renowned for its incredible diving. The hard corals which make up the topography of the Fury Shoals are believed to be the best examples of this kind in the world. These offshore islands and chain reefs have a multitude of rich marine life. Pelagic fish such as jacks, tuna, sharks and rays are regular visitors. It's a little after 6. I've got a big grin on my face. If I tell you that the ribs that take us out to the Fury Shoals do about 35 knots full tilt with 8 divers, that brings a grin to my face just thinking about it. On the Fury Shoals, pristine corals, soft and hard, some massive brain corals, some great arches and some swim-throughs. Did I mention the dolphins? And the dolphins weren't even out on the Fury Shoals. That was at the House Reef just behind me, about half a mile out. It's been an interesting 3 days, and the tents, they're comfy, but I'm finally going to have my arm twisted behind my back and I'm going to swap my tent for one of the chalets. Well, I've got to let you know what the chalets are like as well, so got to be the best of both worlds. 3 more days to go, and I'm just looking forward to 5:30 tomorrow morning. By the way it works here is that breakfast is about 6 o'clock. First dive, or the boat leaves at about 6:30 to 6:45. Gets back here after a 2-tank dive around about 11:30. Have lunch, a little bit of a siesta, and then it's out towards the House Reef. Did Daisy this afternoon. Absolutely prolific. Myriad of life. Small erg. When I say a small erg, I suppose the diameter was about 100 feet. To go round it takes about 20 minutes at the bottom at 20 metres, then circling again at about 10 metres and then right on the top. I'm almost sort of looking for words here because it defies description in some ways, simply because there is so much life on every erg that we dive. I'm really enjoying myself, and it's the deep south. We're on safari. There are many species of sharks, including hammerheads, which can be found in and around the Fury Shoals. Other impressive marine life encounters may be made with pods of dolphins, schools of bumphead parrotfish, and the abundance of turtles. There have even been whale shark sightings in Wadi Lahami Bay. Previously, the Fury Shoals were only accessible to divers via liverboards, but now this is all just 6 miles offshore from the Wadi Lahami village and takes approximately 20 to 30 minutes to reach the heart of the Fury Shoals by a high-speed rib. Amusement, flying fish escorted us on the majority of our return trips from the Fury Shoals back to Wadi Lahami. Looking like small blue hummingbirds, they would soar out of the water, travelling several feet before diving back again. Some flew so close that they nearly landed in the rib. Dropping in the northwestern side of Scuba and keeping the reef on our left, we headed south. This site is one of the Wadi Lahami's house reefs and is a wall with an amazing amount of fish life and lots of cleaning stations with all the usual suspects: emperor fish, wrasse, triggerfish, trumpetfish, boxfish, snappers and groupers, but to name a few. This is Wadi Lahami, and the diving is just incredible. what can I say? You can't get deeper south than this unless you get on a liveaboard. As far as land-based diving goes, it's about half the price of liveaboard diving, so it also fits the budget as well. And as I said to you before, when we first got here, the airport at Marsa Alam is so laid back and so chilled. As you can see behind me, there's a few wetsuits hanging. A few people are leaving today. We've got one more little diving to do, and I'll be leaving tomorrow, but one more day to go.